Pictures?
Oh yeah.
When is it gonna be?
At the end of the summer, maybe beginning of the
Is it
fall.
gonna be in a book or gonna be actually like a movie?
It's gonna be so what he's doing is gonna be on a TV screen in the new space, and what he's doing is gonna.
And just like a brief.
Okay, this is a good picture here. It's written why. Oh, let me tell you. Here it is. Why. Here it explains it to you. Why people think about all the things. Wait a minute, where is it? I can't find it now. Yeah, this one here. Wait a minute, this one here is written.
There's you.
Yeah, I know that, but what is was written on World War II? What all about happened? It's not that. But people think life is so precious. Who needs wars? We need love, not.
Yeah.
And this is another one. This was also in Lafayette Park. I talked to all the people from Africa. From Africa.
That's you.
Yeah.
Yeah, all from Africa.
Awesome. Very cool. So
Oh yeah, go ahead.
when we sit you down. Oh, stop it.
When you're smiling, in this world, learn to love the stupidity of others. And then never substitute your health for wealth, even if you accomplish your objectives. Don't die young, because you always want more. But they are all born to what? What happens to us after we are born? What happens to us after we are born?
We live.
Huh?
We live.
What's next?
We die.
Sure, every one of us, even with $1 billion, you die.
It's true.
So why worry about it? Oh, I told him, always tolerate the stupidity of others. If not, you'll get in trouble. Come down. The economy, the stock market, everything collapsed. Everything collapsed. And then Putin came. The greatest man ever lived. I love the Russians with all my heart.
I know you do.
Nice people. They are honest, they're dignified, they're hard workers.
They
They
are
don't
hard
know any monkey business.
They are hard workers.
And they save future generation and future civilization.
They did.
On May 9th, 1940. Because we're celebrating the 70th birthday now on the victory of the United States in a couple of days. And I see that every day on Moscow. Okay, a minute later on, they already started to celebrate it. The songs how they fought, how many died, 47 million died. And I'll tell you something else, December 6, 1941, 14 kilometers from the Kremlin, in the anti-Comintern Pact, Berlin, Rome, and Tokyo, Mussolini, Hitler, and told you, already declared victory over the Soviet Union. Stalin had 3 days to live. General Zhukov, Konev, Rokosovsky came to Stalin, don't die. We have 40 divisions specifically trained for winter operation. They gave it to them from that moment on all the way to Berlin. But they had to go through hundreds of thousands of the Germans.
Yeah.
I'm human, I'm sensitive. I don't like to see anything negative to anybody.
Yeah.
Never. I saw.
They did. The Russians put up a good fight. Too. Hard. It was they were the first ones going against them.
Napoleon didn't, Hitler didn't, and you know something else? Who put Hitler in power on January 10th, 1933, the United States?
Yeah.
I can give you specific, but you do your work and I'll tell you. Yeah, I don't. No. Yeah. It's a president elected twice. Are you interested in politics a little bit?
A little bit. No, I think like with a lot of my studies with, Holocaust and genocide, I just kind of take it as, everybody has their own right to.
Did you remember what I said on November 10th, 2013 in the Cathedral of Learning? You remember that?
I wasn't there.
Oh, you weren't there?
No.
The Soviet Union saved future generations and future civilizations with their blood. and they didn't want to give me the citizen paper because Dr. Childs called in where I was getting my citizenship in 1955 because I am sympathizing to the Soviet Union. But then after it was all done, he said, Mr. Snyder, go ahead, get your papers. They saved my life. 12 of us came, and yes, how could I be an enemy of them?
I know, and I think that's something that, you know, that's your story.
But they condemned me for them in here. This the Holocaust. A lot of them, you know that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, they were everywhere. They were I think the Soviets were one of the first ones to liberate a camp, and then followed by the British, right?
In 1943, in Auschwitz, the women and the children and men were looking through the windows. They saw the uniforms different. Hey, come on, look. He came out, it wasn't the German uniform, it was the Russians. They came out and kissed their hands, kissed their boots. They were liberated. What else when you save thousands, hundreds of thousands of people?
Yeah, and I know there's a lot of really, I don't mean to say good stories, but stories of the...
What you gonna do? You're gonna do?
I know, look at that thing.
You're gonna hurt me. What you gonna do here?
A lot, I know.
Oh, they're nice boys. They're working. Everybody to their own. Like I said before, I even hate all three of you for the same reason. I'm already almost to go, and you're still you're just starting it. It's the truth.
But you've got more history than we do, so I'm jealous of that.
Am I going to take it with me? That's why I hope to leave when the international revolution is. But it's already started all over the world. It's. I hope it's going to be a peaceful, not a
bad one, yeah.
Yeah. I don't like to see people die. I saw.
You saw enough of it.
Oh my.
Yep.
Never was afraid of anything. Maybe because I started working when I was 13 years old. And this is all physical work, you know. Everything by hand. We didn't have electricity.
I know, it's great.
I was born almost a century ago. So what's you doing now to me? You're recording the way I talk too.
Mm-hmm. Is that okay?
Can I speak in 7 other languages?
Mm-hmm. That's a translator inside. No.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you have an outlet that has the third prong somewhere?
If I have I need it.
That one.
If Советский граждан, now I'll tell you in English. Here lay 1854 peaceful Soviet citizen, расстрелянными, shot 2 мая 42 года, 2nd May of 19 немецкой полицейских the Germans.
That's not what it says,
Немецкими захватчиками, those who came to get their land.
So that's where your parents were.
Yeah, well, Nishku.
Yeah.
So it's different world. Look,
I'm Lithuanian.
huh?
I'm Lithuanian.
As well.
Yeah.
You speak Lithuanian?
No.
No, we don't learn any of that. Like, what do I got? I've got German and Native American. I don't know either.
I've got Polish and Lithuanian on my mom's side. She's 50-50.
But which one? Around Vilnius there? Where was she born?
I don't know.
You don't know that?
Actually, yeah. Vysinski
In Lithuanian, the pirga kumiala, važiuoja namo, in the bus gerai. I'll buy a horse and a wagon and I'll go home. The 3 Baltic countries, their languages is different. It's not like the Slavish, the Polish. Not at all. Not at all. So I'll find something maybe here. But I had some letters. Don't cry. And this is one from the Senate of the United States. And this is what Einstein said back his, you don't want that. This was a priest said, but in Ukraine, what they did. So this is here, now let's see. Oh, this is Hillel, a professor of theology. This is again my,
Look at you.
yeah.
Oh, I know where this is.
Yeah,
Teal,
you said it.
Yeah, I had a friend that almost went there.
So you see, they saw that? Yeah. This is.
Program
I
manager.
probably know them all, but
Yeah.
some of them don't like me. Then so
Oh,
the way because I know because the way when I speak like that, they don't look. To learn, to go through so much, and being the same. No. Those who were doing the killings comes more from religion. Kill your enemy. Kill your enemy. It's been told all the time. Kill your. Who is your enemy? The working people. Because they.
is this what is this name?
This means.
Chaim?
This means Chaim is my name, Schneider, Herman Schneider, and it was translated from my name, the one that was in Poland I was born with.
So this is a name you're
Yes,
born,
yeah,
Chaim.
oh yes, yeah. Chaim is life.
When did it change to Herman Schneider, when you came here?
Yes, when I came here,
Yeah.
when I got my citizen papers in 1955, that's when I changed it to Herman Schneider. I didn't want to go around with that.
People do that all the, you should hear, people at work can't say it, and I'm like, Chaim, and they're like,
No, not you, you my hand.
I can say it,
Oh,
but
yeah,
a lot
yeah.
of people can't say Chaim.
Oh, escaped, yeah, this is, where is it here? Oh, let's see, now then, legally, it's not that. In this world, the only superior people read. Who are the superior people? I said it.
Are those who understand life is precious. Told you you're a wise man. You are
Carpenter.
wise.
Oh, Jesus was a carpenter too. Oh, look,
That's what they say.
Look
That's
at my
what they
daughter,
say.
look at my daughter. Come on.
You still look the same.
It's a good picture. She made it for me.
Look at that hair.
Yeah, but look what she did here, what she
I
said.
like that, yeah.
Look at it. This is a good one.
That is a good one. That's great.
I had an interesting life because of my wife. And this is when we came to this country, the Schneider family tree, Herman Schneider, and this is same. Her name was Manochena,
Yeah.
Russian name. I told you I'm in love with the Russian people. When I go there, they don't let me go home. I raised with them. Look, Ski,
Yeah?
Chandelov. This is John Perkins. This is Einstein, and this is all religious books and
Yeah.
other books, yeah, but history, the Second World War, and that. Well, you look. Well,
I feel like my cat.
when you just look at that face,
Look at, yeah.
23, 24 years of age, I think.
You're a handsome young guy.
Look at that hair.
I know, I love that hair.
Uh-huh.
It's a lot of hair. It's nice hair.
It is.
Heck of a cut.
I would rather have more brains than a lot of hair.
I don't know. You've got,
We've got both,
You've
apparently.
got both, I would say.
You never praise yourself. Never.
I'll praise
Einstein
you.
said it.
I'll just
And,
praise you.
and he was a great man. Now I want to show you something in here.
Okay.
And let's see, where did I put it? I guess it's in here. She sent me books all the time by your father. What a great man he was. Let's see, where is he? Look at that.
Perfect. Can we bring this back over to
Yeah,
the
okay.
Lloyd?
Yeah.
Yes, and I'm reciting here for the 6 million Jews. Sheolo bamerolmim ametzein Honachonachino, Gemalos, Gedoshim, Oteorim. That's enough for a while.
So I'm just gonna take some shots
Okay,
while
do it.
she
I'm just
introduces
gonna
you.
talk to you.
Yeah, so.
Okay, so first I'm gonna ask you some basic questions just so we can have them for the thing. So, will you tell me your name?
My name is Herman, Herman, Snyder, Snyder.
And how old are you, Herman?
95.
And where and when were you born?
I was born in Poland, in Vilna. Now it's Vilnius,
Yeah. In what year?
1921.
And what religion do you identify with?
I'm sorry to say that I'm an atheist. Is it
No.
good or so? Oh, no, I cannot say
No,
that.
that is good.
Oh, they said it
I'm
in,
an
in the
atheist as well.
documentary too. I said, remember, if there would be a God,
Yeah,
this would have never happened.
I agree. And do you just want to tell us a little bit about your story, how it started, what you went through, and
Well, like I said, I was born in 1921. At 13 years of age, I started learning how to make windows, doors, and furniture. Then by the time I was 16 and a half years old or 17, I was removing old existing windows and doors and building new ones, installing them, painting them. Then on December 17, 1939, the Soviet Union, the Red Army came to us to Vilnius. There we lived for 2 years or so. After that, on June 22nd, 1941, the Germans came and they took over. In the first 5 weeks, we lived only among the Poles and the Lithuanians. Then after 5 weeks they came, they told us to go to a specific location in the market, take whatever we can. Then we had to walk 21 kilometers to a specific location where the ghettos, 6 of them. And then we were there in the ghettos. Finally I decided somehow, maybe because I was starting to work so young and I don't know myself what it is, and then I ran away. And then we were 3 years, almost 3 years, running east, always to the Russians, to the Soviet Union, Russia. And then in 1943, Kiev was liberated, 12 of us. We got there, and the Russians, where we came from, and I already spoke Russian. And he asked me, where did I learn? I said, well, you came to us, whatever it is. So, when we got there, they let us in. We lived, I had a job as a carpenter to make bombs, to make boxes for the bombs to send to the front. And in 1946, they gave us papers as a Polish citizen to go where I was born. I couldn't because it's no more Vilna, it's Vilnius, the Lithuanians.
right.
So there, they sent us to Sudetenland, Breslau, Wrocław. There I started making windows for Warsaw, I remember, 1946. But then one morning, after being 3 weeks in Sudetenland, I read the Polish paper, and there I read that 42 zabite, a 82 ranione, 42 dead and 82 wounded, because the people came to get their homes back. Like me, they survived. So instead of giving them the houses back,
Right.
they killed them.
Right.
And then we were 4 years in Germany. And then on April 6, 1941, we came to the United States. I started working for 75 cents an hour, Senuto Kebne Chap in Mount Pleasant. And then I started to learn carpenter work. And America was good to me. I worked hard. I learned every day more and more. I made a good living. I live in a beautiful home. I couldn't have done it no place else except in America. And I thank him for that. That's the truth. Even,
Yeah.
but that's the truth. And Now, what else can I say? I mean, I don't know, what else can I say? Like I said, America was good, everything to me, and my children were educated. I'm still enjoying life at 95, and I hope to make another 5, and then I'll know more.
Herman, were you in a camp of any kind during the war?
No, only the ghetto.
Only
for a short time.
The Vilna ghetto?
Yes,
Yeah.
in Varanova ghetto, yeah. Vilna ghetto, whatever.
What were what was the conditions of the camp, or how did you feel while you were there? Or the ghetto, I mean.
When you are isolated, but a ghetto is not a concentration camp.
Right.
In a ghetto, you are free. You go out, get a job, clean the streets or whatever, and you get paid and you get some more money. But the conditions, you still live in a barn, there's no utilities.
Yeah.
This ghetto was a temporary place before they sent them to the that's what a ghetto was, like the concentration camps.
Right.
Yeah. That's
And
what
how
it
did you get out of the ghetto?
I ran away. I ran away, and I started walking. I walked, and then some other people like me ran away, and then we were 4, then 8, then 12, and then we were a group, and it was already easier. It's never easy, but we had a better chance to survive or to get caught and get killed right away.
Right.
Yeah, because we had some revolvers. We could, and then there are nice people in this world. On the border, Poland and Germany, there were Spielmans. They were intellectual, educated people, professionals in music, and they had their children. So their children were coming out. They knew we were there to tell us when to come out and when not, when the Germans were there and when they weren't there. You understand my English?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Very well.
Ooh.
So, Herman, can you tell us a little bit about when and how you met your spouse?
I met what?
How you met your spouse, your wife?
After we ran away and when we came to Russia, in the medicine, like I said, and this was on the Ural, Kuibyshev and Orenburg. And there I met my wife. She was sitting, she was a tailor, and your father was a tailor. And she was taking old clothes and making new ones. And there was a Swiss officer at 3 cheeses, 12 by 12 in diameter. And then he wanted the clothes she had, the future Anna, Manochina, Ivana Damashirivna. So she exchanged the thing she made for cheese. And I walked over after I worked, and I asked her for, can I have a piece of cheese, kusok sir in Russian. She said, sure. She asked me, у вас есть нож? Noj, if I have a knife. So we got a knife next table. She cut me half, and I asked, сколько надо платить? How much you have to pay? She said, ничего, nothing. So I got half a cheese. First time in 3-4 years I ate cheese. And that's how we met. We started to date, but something else happened. I was so. Something else happened. After we got married, I said, Anna, Anne, how better buy you clothes? You are eating too much. And that's not good. You don't get fat. 2.5, 3 months later, she was still getting fat. Then I find out the rest of the story.
And then you guys came here together.
We came in 49,
49.
April 6, 1949. After 4 years in Germany, yes.
What did she do when she came here? What did she do for work?
She was educated, university, and Mrs. Brown wanted to give her a job in PT University because she teach Russian.
Yeah.
She didn't take it. She had one daughter from Russia, and then another one came. So she took care of the 3 children, and she did what 5 of us.
Mm-hmm.
What comes naturally, we always live harmoniously. We help each other anytime. Then everybody benefits, and everybody's healthier, and everybody lives longer this way. Stress and pressure kills the strongest.
It's true.
Even I know something.
You know a lot of some things.
No, what do you want now?
And Herman, what would you say a life-changing moment for you was, either over in Europe or here?
1943-44, when finally we succeeded walking toward Russia, the Soviet Union, and when we got there, we knew that we survived, because they let us stay for almost 2.5, 3 years in Russia, till 1946, like I said. And that's it. And they treated us very well. We had work, we had an apartment, we had food. It's not like you go to a restaurant here and you choose what you want.
Right.
There, we had a lot better and in the woods. And as long as I live, I'll appreciate the Russian people, what they did to us, how nice they treated us.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, the truth.
They helped you.
Yeah.
Let me see what else. You said you have how many children? 2?
3.
3?
1 in Russia and 2 here.
1 in Russia.
Yeah, 2. I have a son, a lieutenant colonel in the Air Force. He was 4 years in California, 3 years in Texas, 3 years in Okinawa, 4.5 years in Florida, now he's in Arkansas. 2 more years to go. He didn't want to work for himself. He's a prosthodontist and implant. So they needed him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
My father was a lieutenant colonel in the Air Force as well.
yeah, my son is a lieutenant colonel.
Yeah. My sister's in the Air Force too. She's actually getting
Oh,
back
you
from
come
a
from
deployment
military.
today. So I'll go home after this and get to see her for the first time in a couple months.
Wow.
Pretty soon we will need no armies.
Yeah, it's hard it was very hard watching my father go and then having my sister do it, and I was like, she's my only sister.
Oh, how many
And-
children? How many children in your family?
Just us 2.
2 daughters. Well, you're not married yet.
No.
What are you waiting for?
I'm gonna get a little older.
If God invented something else, He kept it to Himself. You know that.
I've got a boyfriend, so that's good. But
What?
I've got a boyfriend, so there's that. But I'm not married yet.
A boyfriend is always mother's boy. He's the best.
Yeah,
Oh, he's the best. Sometimes mother spoils their children.
yeah,
We are humans, men and women. We treat each other the best we know how. Nobody's perfect.
it's true.
And nobody knows everything, my dear.
Yeah,
So this way we accomplished many objectives by being what I just said. Help each other always.
So Herman, what would something that you want to pass along to the younger generations about what you went through, what you learned? What would you say to them to?
First, you have to be born from good parents. That's first. Secondly, you have a chance to go to college, to be educated, and later on, an education can help you, but not everything. My own experience, when I started at 13 years of age in Poland, in Vilna, I loved it. And more I worked, harder I worked, more I learned. So when you know how to do it, the profession, the trade, what you learn, and you are not lazy, you can never fail.
Yeah,
That makes sense?
yeah, it does make
So I
sense.
know something about things.
Told you a lot of something.
You know a lot of things.
Herman, did you bring anything back from Russia or World War II with you that you have here? Yes.
This picture, that's my wife. This is your brother, 19 years old, Victor. He died April 28, 1945, a couple days before victory.
Okay.
This is me.
Look
This
how
is-
handsome.
This is my wife's mother,
Okay.
and this is my daughter born in Russia, and this is Ivan Vasilievich. My wife was Russian. He wasn't Jewish. That's why I was lucky.
Okay.
Don't say anything. Well, I'm not criticizing, but look. I will.
You can tell us whatever you want. No. Let's see.
Now you have me intrigued.
Yeah, I know. I wanted to see what he was going to say. Anything else you want to tell us? Any other, like, did you have any...
What, for example?
Did you have any, like... What... Did you see anything while you were in Europe? Did you
While I was where?
While you were in Europe, did you see anything during World War II that was...
Well, the only thing, like when I spent in ghetto almost another year, the war was over, running for my life, and I learned that freedom and be honest, compassionate, helps to survive, not only me, but all the people in this world.
Mm-hmm.
We have to learn to understand that we are here temporarily. Nobody gets out alive. So while we are here, we should help each other, and we'll all benefit from that. Because not everybody, like I said before, parents, has a lot to do and other things. Let me tell you two stories. In Monroeville, a house burned down. The FHA called me to fix it up. Finished it. Wife came. Thank you, Mr. Snyder. I was picking up my tools. Then she went downstairs. She came back and screaming at me. Mr. Snyder, we didn't authorize you to do that. We don't have this kind of money. He worked in Westinghouse, I believe it was.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what happened. I finished up the game room. It was 70% above grade. I put 2 bedrooms. I put a beautiful bedroom. I finished everything, the game, the ceiling, everything. Benches I built for them. They had 6 children and 2, father and mother, in a small house with small bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
8.
Wow.
They would have to put all the 3 children in each bedroom in a small 3. Mr. Robert called me at 10:30 after he came from work. Herman, how much money do you have? Or the people, my men who worked with me, every day an hour or so, and then Saturday, a couple of Saturdays. How much money do I have? I said, invested. I said, I have $1,100. He sent me every month $100. That's one thing. In Edgewood, I built a house for Stenya Yashinsky in West Mifflin. He called up his brother. He's just signed a contract for $13,000 to put a small 2-story house, to put the roof, new roof, new windows,
Mm-hmm.
and a powder room for his wife. She couldn't walk upstairs no more. He got my number. He called me next morning. I drove over to Edgewood, to Mr. Yashinsky. He showed me the contract, $13,000. He already gave him $3,000. I said, Mr. Yashinsky, call up, get your $3,000 back. I got a father and a son. He did the roof for $900. The company put in the windows for $900, $1,800, and I charged them $300 for roughing in for the powder room. I saved them $10,900.
Yeah.
Listen to the end of it. Finally, and they spoke in Polish, they were praying in Polish to me, and I was with them. They came out with $500. I still have it. So I still saved them $10,400. Then I asked him in Polish, when I was leaving, ile pieniędzy pan ma w bank? How much money you have in the bank? He said, 15,000, 15,000. They took everything he worked for this roof and the windows. Never probably put a 2x4 or a nail in a 2x4. And this hurts when you do things like that to others. It hurts like hell. They shouldn't be like that. Is that recorded? Okay, that's good. It's fine. That's fine. Maybe people will learn from that. I always told the truth, never got in trouble. So.
Can't get in trouble here.
Huh?
Can't get in trouble here. It's okay.
Without what I see?
We won't get you in any trouble.
Not you.
Not me.
You are not afraid of it. Well, we all learn from life differently. And if we can help others, if we help ourselves. But I believe in one thing. This I'll believe as long as I live. If you don't work, you don't eat.
Mm-hmm.
This I believe. Some circumstances Sometimes people are not physically and mentally able. So, well, but I believe in that. You want to eat, you go to work.
Okay.
If I could do it with a high school education, anybody can do it.
You did very well.
I know. Real well. 212 homes.
It's crazy. It's a lot of work.
I didn't build it myself. And I did work across the county airport, Lebanon Manor. Here's another story. I worked for an Arab, Cecil Albert, across the airport on Lebanon Manor. I started working for him, 32 houses. He asked me $2,500. I had a 1949 Ford. I ran over to my uncle Sam Levine, furniture store, my mother's brother, Mount Pleasant. He gave it to me, he said, but pay me back, no interest. Next morning I gave the money to the Cecil Albert, Syrian, Arab. He said, Herman, you're building the 32, take any lot you want. And that's all it cost me, the house, $2,500. And I finished the game room there, I put another part room, I put a 2-car garage. I'm in this country 2.5 years, I have a house paid off.
That's awesome.
Montreal Road, William Aisley,
Yeah.
same thing, a German. Here's an Arab and a German who helped me.
They help.
William Aisley
Yeah.
on Montreal Road.
Yeah.
I paid them when I built the houses. So in life, every moment you find yourself. First you should know who you are, what you can do. But work will never kill you. Stress and pressure, I think, will.
You definitely will.
Maybe I can learn from him something. He's got a good disposition.
I know.
Yeah, they're one of the best.
Going on.
One of the best. Looks like he did nothing but him.
Herman, how many grandchildren do you have?
Three.
3.
I have Julia, Michael, and Oliver. 3 grandchildren.
Okay. Well, do they live nearby?
Yes, and my daughter is not far from here,
Great.
and my son is in the Air Force.
Oh, yeah.
And the other daughter, this one here, one in Russia, never had any children.
All right. Oh,
So we had 3 and 3.
that's pretty good. Oh, yeah, I met your daughter at Yom HaShoah.
Oh, yeah, tell me. When I couldn't make it, I was sick.
Yeah.
And you talked to her.
She's
She's also a prosthodontist and implant.
My goodness. Raising geniuses, huh?
Wait. She finished, graduated from high school. She went to Northwestern University. She came back, got a master's in Russian, because her mother was Russian. Then she put an application in dental school. Then she went to prosthodontist and implant.
Wow.
I told them, I can do so much for you, and I'll pay for your education. The rest of them you do.
Yeah. Maybe they can fix my. I have a fake tooth on this side because I had it's called like a maxillofacial.
Whatever they call it.
Some orthodontist, he pulled out a piece of my sinus bone by accident, so
Wow.
I couldn't get an implant because he ripped my bone out.
What did you do to him?
He was removing a tooth that was that like imploded basically, and he accidentally took out a piece of my sinus, bone, so I couldn't get an implant. So now I have a bridge. Like I got my bridge when I was 20. So he basically ruined my chances.
Did your parents did anything to him for that?
No, he had to do so after he figured out he took out like a piece of the bone, he had to do like 3 reconstructive surgeries. It was a big
You didn't
mess.
need it at your young age.
I know, and I tried to tell him, I told him before the surgery that I wanted an implant, and he messed it up, so I couldn't get an implant. So now I have like 3 fake teeth on that side. Could have used your kids. Give me a good tooth.
There are different doctors. One who are honest, dignified, and they'll get compensated for what he does, and he'll try to do the best he can.
Mm-hmm.
Is that recorded? And others, they got a degree, they are so materialistic that they think that money will solve all their problems, and that's the difference.
Mm-hmm. I have a good question. Herman, did you ever run across anyone after the war that was still a Nazi sympathizer or anything like that? Did you ever run across anyone like that here?
Well, first, if I would, I think I did. Being Jewish in any country, you can avoid that.
Yeah.
Anti-Semitism today is everywhere in Europe. It's
Oh
starting.
yeah, it's
But-
picking up again.
What I do in situations like that, I walk away. Like I said before, you have to tolerate the stupidity of others. I'm going to start fighting with them. I'll be hurt, not him.
Right.
So in life, you learn how to tolerate. But this takes not intelligent experience and many other things what we go through life. It's up. We can do it ourselves more than anybody else, more than a doctor. It's what you eat, how you think. Life is to enjoy. Sometimes with less money you'll enjoy better than with more, because more you want more.
Yeah.
Then I say it in English, if you do that, then you don't get the most important things in life because of more money.
Mm-hmm.
I never got rich. I worked because it's my profession, but I paid my man good. I treated people good. I made a good living. This house, when I moved in 57 years ago, I didn't have a mortgage. I bought a lot. No payments, no closing,
Very
no
lucky.
payments. No. You
That's great.
know about Darlington and Denniston on the corner?
No.
Darlington and Denniston, I have a couple of apartments that I built that were for a rainy day, because now after that age you can work. So it helps me in the Social Security, and that's how I live.
Yeah.
You cannot live 105 years old or more just to do what you think is good. We should know what is good for us. We are all different. And then we have a chance to live healthier and better lives, because money will never solve your problems. Because you might get in more troubles, because you want more.
It's true. It's probably true. Herman, would you say that your experiences during World War II motivated you or held you back in life?
Because of the World War II, because being in ghettos and running for my life, I mean, if I learned something,
Yeah.
I learned first that I was a lucky man to survive that. And secondly, I started working earlier as a cabinet maker at 13 years of age. I learned from my work. I disciplined myself because of my work. And then as older I was getting, more experience I was getting in my life. And that's how we live.
Yeah.
Like education is good. You can go to college, you need a plumber, electrician, bricklayer, plumbers, that. You cannot just live, things will work out. It does not work, except you go steal, and then you get caught, you go to jail. And now that they're older and deeper in debt, don't call me St. Peter, because I can go. I owe my soul to the company. Look at it. Oh, my. The good guy, that's what he is, a good guy.
I
One of
know.
the best, look at that. Yeah, well, I'm glad I met you. Maybe we'll meet something, we'll have a little drink together.
I'd love that.
Is he Irish?
I don't,
am, yeah.
I had 7 brothers, the Daisy brothers, plastering for me. Oh my God! How many times you were in trouble? They like to drink. And Pat had 15 children, Bill had 12.
Wow.
They like kids, and they like something else too. I want.
Yeah, they must.
Yeah, no, I mean drinking.
Herman, what was my next question going to be? It might be gone. I might have lost it. Oh, I lost it in my 24-year-old brain. It's gone. It was good too. I don't remember. I got nothing. What was my question? Do you guys have any questions you want to ask?
I'd like to get
Millions,
a,
but
I'd like to get a song on camera.
You want to
Oh,
sing?
yeah.
What kind of song?
Any kind of song.
What kind of song?
I don't know. What do you sing? What kind of songs do you sing?
Which one you mentioned? You said.
I like the one you sang before.
Well, you can sing also what's his name? Old Man River. You know who sang that? Paul Robson. Old Man River flow I was finding in my throat. I couldn't finish. Flowing Along. It was a good song by Paul. Have you ever had Paul Robeson?
No.
Oh, he was Afro-American. He was American. Was blind 9 years.
Wow.
He had his own age. They didn't let him in here, and he died. Well, sometimes I don't know. Sometimes you have a tongue. Sometimes keep him inside. Less troubles.
Herman, what would you say your favorite thing to do?
Your age. You
No,
mean,
your age. What do you like to do?
to make another day. What else is there? There's so much to live for at any age. If you learn and work, then you find out the longer you live that it's worth living, because nothing is so hard to accomplish if you make your mind to it.
Yeah. So that's a good message.
It's the only one. I don't know, Hannah, that's what I'm talking from my own experience. Yeah, it's not, well, we lived, is it recorded what I'm saying now? We live in a country here that, you have a chance though. This country is a good country. I mean, I came, I said before, an education, and I did very well. I told you I don't have to repeat it. But everything comes to an end, including life, and also philosophies of life, economically, politically, philosophically. And if we don't do right, like I just read an article this morning in the paper, yesterday's Samson on Wednesday is on Post-Gazette, and he said something, let me see if I remember, and he said, when you go into a house, and the house is full with gas, you don't put a match to it, right? Huh? The example he gave to America involved all over the world in wars, and that's what America is doing, putting the match to it. You understand it?
Sometimes
So
you
it's
don't
what,
know.
yeah, it's,
Yeah.
12. Yeah, he tells me what time, because when you are illiterate like me, it's good to have something like that. He tells me what time it is.
We have one of those old,
Huh?
those old carved German clocks.
1914, 18,
Right.
then the Weimar Republic.
Right.
They wanted to live in peace. Not all Germans were bad.
No, they weren't.
No. And he was winning. Then America, the enemy, was not Hitler, but Stalin.
Yeah.
They burned down the Reichstag, and they accused German communists, Jews, and others. And again, on January the 10th, 1933, Herman came to power. And the rest of the story, you know, they had 11 million arbeitslose. People didn't work. They were cutting meat from horses, dead horses,
Yeah.
to survive. And then they got a man like that. Here, let me show you. Excuse me. Is that your way? Thanks.
Went back to Poland
Yeah.
for the movie. Did you have any realizations of any kind, or did you? I just guess I want to know what you were feeling when you went back.
I went back many times. I took my grandchildren, my grandchildren 3 times, because I speak Lithuanian, I speak Polish, I speak Russian. That's what they speak there. And I showed them where the lay shot. And I don't know why I did it. I recited the prayer for the 6 million Jews, which I did in Washington. I did it. I have the pictures. I show with the Archbishop of all the churches in Washington. I spent 3 days with him. I have the picture in the back room. What I when we came the first time, I was with myself. Second time with myself, I did good, so I had the money to go. And I walk around the people there, and I speak their languages. And one, give me an example, I'll never forget. I walked across, and I saw a woman, and I asked her in Polish, tutaj Żydzi żyli, if Jewish people lived in our town, I was. And she told me, żyli, ale Niemcy ich zabili. They lived, but the Germans killed them. She was a professor in Vilnius. She was teaching. The hatred of Jews comes from a religious point of view. But because religion teaches us, first when they wrote the Bible 5,000 years ago, that God dictated to them to read, to write, that the Jewish people belong to the superior race. In Hebrew, Ato Beraton Mikolamim. Then the second one is Lo Erdal Evion Mikerava Aretz. The poor will never be wiped on the face of the earth. Then the third one is Mia Oni Mia Osher, who's going to get poorer, who's going to get richer, but repentance, charity, and prayer, and you're forgiven for all the sins you commit. So it means, because of religion, God forgives you for everything. And it's all negative things too, but I just said. It's what you before I gave you to read this thing there. But, well, I don't want to be arrested, but that's the truth. And that's what I find out in life. That's why I became an atheist. And I live my life. I'm not afraid of God. You couldn't punish me for anything. I could never hurt anybody in the first place. I would hurt myself, but not somebody else, because I know how much hurt is. And we shouldn't do by ourselves, men, women. We shouldn't hurt others for another couple bucks, or, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So you had mentioned that your parents died in World War II?
Yeah. Oh yeah, they all four in the ghetto. They took them out.
In the ghetto?
1,888 people on June 2nd, 1942.
And your
And they all
siblings?
and they dug 100 meters by 50 meters, which I have it here. And the Poles, the Lithuanians, and the Ukrainians, they dug the ditches and they shot them. 100 at a time, 150 at a time. Yeah, but I was already out. I had close calls too, but I was never afraid of anything. Maybe it's good too sometimes not to be, except the circumstances where you find yourself. Life is so precious. There's no substitute for health and for life. So much is in this world, the resources, the sun, everything for man. Just go and get it, work. But it doesn't work like that. You ever had somebody that expresses like me now?
No, you're one of a kind.
No, well, but I'm going to, like I said, with the papers. I have this article in here, and I said that the Russians say future generations, future civilizations, if not them, it would be a different world today if they would have lost the war.
It would be.
But look, you cannot sometimes, they say in Hebrew, they have a word, Daber me'at ve'aseh harbe, talk less and do more. Sometimes it helps. Right?
Right.
Yeah, they say World War II was largely a Russian-German war.
Yeah.
What? In the Russian, what is trying to say? In the Second World War, the First World War?
The Second World War.
Okay, go ahead.
Was largely just a German-Russian war. Just like the sheer number of people that
We're fighting.
fought and died. It was that Eastern Front where it was like, because it was 50 plus million that died in that war, but 20 million of them were Russian.
The First World War, 1914, 18, it was the French, Germans, and then something also happened. In 1917, when they were losing the war, Lenin was in Switzerland. So the Kaiser in Hindenburg decided to pick up Lenin and send him to Helsinki, Finland, and to Petersburg. He got there. There was a revolution, but not for the interest of the job.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, the Russians were the one thing that were pushing against the Germans heavily.
well, the whole world then, never before till 1917, we had feudalism already before, but now here is something, a philosophy that in the Constitution is written that religion is opium and exploitation and subjugation and indoctrination. The first time something like that came. So they find Hitler. Hitler wrote his book, Mein Kampf, in 1923 in Spandau prison. And what he said, that the German people belong to the superior race. Now the Jews said it before, maybe you learned it from the Jews.
Maybe, yeah.
Excuse me for my, don't record that. Excuse me for my being here. It's why you should always be when you drive. Or drinking is bad too.
Yeah.
It's very negative. You can get hurt. You get involved with other people because što pjanamo na umje, to trezvemo i na jezike. When you say things when you are drunk. That's a Russian proverb. And in the Russian proverbs also, when you dig a ditch for somebody, you'll fall in yourself. It's many other things related to that. But I don't know everything, but I learned a lot in my life. My wife, Anyechka. In Russia, if you don't send your children to school, they like you are, the parents. You have to send the kid, you don't pay anything. But there are different kind of people. They're disciplined. They are good people. But my wife, oh, is this recorded now what he's doing? You better, I'll tell you something, I'll put it down in a minute. I was taking women